Hello, guys. Welcome to this episode of Patrick Murphy Show. Um, you know, let me say, can we be clear about how we are trained to be poor? You see, the um, the system is designed to keep majority of people broke financially and poor mentally. You know, and it's saying, see, banks are profited when you are in debt. Corporations also profited when you are buying a lot of stuff from them. And the government, believe it or not, also profited when you're an employee. You know, that and not when you investor and I say business owner, because if you're a business just employee, that means you'll be paying the highest taxes. Nti yɛhwɛ 10 things a ɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn ama yɛfiri that system no mu, because that's how the system is. Talking of the American system, no, usually I'll show more the whole world, no, but American system, no, is designed in such a way, say, always, no, one just who follow system, one training year, one say all the time, no, trauma or you're poor. So these are some of the 10 things I bet me a more free system, no, what me build a real world. Number one is don't spend on money you don't have. You see, that means I will see a watch out for the 3 C's. The 3 C's are cars, credit cards, and line of credit. It's very important you work those things. You see, even when it comes to cars, even be broad man, when you start thinking of cars, mentality of the poor and the middle class, how much can we pay a month? You see, the mentality of the rich is how much is the total thing, the whole cost of the car. And that's what I want you to be able to afford for the total. And when you start thinking of the total now, it changes the whole thing when you're trying to buy a car. Remember, cars go down in value. We talk car, car 20,000. Within 4-6 years, a car is about 8,000. That means it loses value. That's why it's so bad idea, so big investing. Okay, especially we take a credit and the other car no as pay interest. So because it's not appreciating, it's going down. I need him by him be brave. I did about a killing pie car because we toss sad and near the top credit, so that didn't so go down in value. And at the moment our best so talk card way triano, it changed the whole thing because you are paying for it. Into car got on 40,000. Almost I want to talk cars have you. It change your situation. But one more to save us car. Into that's number one. Into you have to think of buying the whole thing than how much you can pay a month. Number two, a credit card. What we are doing as credit card and so you're buying some things that you can afford and paying interest on them. So for average household of household debt, today is about 6,500. At the same time, interest rate average, interest on a credit card is about 25%. And if you are just even paying on the interest, I'm saying average household debt. That doesn't mean say you might have it, but on average, we should say, a credit card, a car a day or United States, it's a trillions divided per household. It's about 6,500 each household. Some of you might not have it completely. There will be some dear broso, just the average. And here, say even if you are paying interest, just the minimum payment, that was 6,500 more. It's gonna cost you 15,000, just the minimum pay. By the time you're done paying, the interest kick out when you're 6,500 plus 15,000 plus the 6,500. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. So let's say we are investing 6,000. See, with 6,000, you invested 6,000 now. In a period of 5 years, a period of 30 years, let's say you invested 6,500. Yeah, in fact, dime crown count 6,500 in a period of 30 years. Now, it means the same 25%. Friends, interest now. I want my it being 5 million over. It's going to be over 5 million. And guess what? You won't get that because it's going to be tough for you to get 25% interest. Within a period of 5 years, you might get it even if the stock is going to be a 1 or 2B. That's so by look at it, we say, 6,500. Now you are paying the same thing. That means that's the money out there away. Credit card is about 29%. So it's very, very hard. Say if you want to win, oh yes, I will say they'll go backwards. The third C, a line of credit. Line of credit means we are buying stuff that we can, we don't have money for. We buy stuff for, vacations, clothing and all that. So tough. Say, let's look at it this way, let's see what is debt, theoretical perspective. That means that you are using 2005, 2026, income already. Now, now the 27 and 28, so you the interest. It's in your income, who you see now, and with that, who your interest also. You see, with the exchange. Into income cabinet already knows that. That's the whole thing about debt. It's already 2004, but I'm spending me 2005 and 2006 already. And 2007 and 2008, I mean the interest in Swetria. It's your money yet tough when you're leading ahead. And I say, if you want to get ahead, it's so hard when you're living that life because always it's a will struggle. It's also a system. That's because the system is designed in such a way, say, one here, the BIA will be on that side. Let's see number 2. Do not be a consumer. Don't be a consumer. See, American system, you're a consumer. In American system, every system, economic system, you're a consumer, you're investors, and you're entrepreneur. So, we share the system here. Most entrepreneurs create goods and services. Free investors. Now, you are a consumer. You be a consumer, rich, poor, or but it depends on the way I see a consumer. You see, if your whole idea is to be consuming, that means you can't be investor. That means anything that comes in your life, any money you make, you put that money or consuming. So when you're always consuming and consuming and consuming, it makes you poor. So you have to be very careful. Share the system and pick it, maybe also, because you can't always be consuming. Sometimes obviously be investing. When you mention investing, we say, especially community office, say be a bronze. So yes, in our be starting small, but we'll get there too. And the third thing, you don't rely on the government. You will be broad man. The whole idea is to work, and don't save anything and rely on social security. When we share any situation in the city now, you cannot rely on social security alone. You see, when you look at this period, a lot of people are just retiring. Now, share the scale what retire. So, and officers say, yeah, the same thing as I will retire brownie because someone rely, and the whole idea is to for social security to help them. You see, it's a social security by 2035, even if you're reforming, it's going to be hard. Now 100%, maybe 80% then. I know, sir, yes, there's going to be a reform. Either someone be increase the tax will see to another age and not visa. But that tells you, say, you can rely on it. Stop relying on the government, and your retirement should be your maybe I will say and your government now say amount. That's why the government is mama and yama be pray bit me their retire bit me boy. Social security a supplementary, I saw what talk bigger and your fries, social security a fries no. So you always have to try to save and invest, the 401ks and all those things, and the wow, I'm with me. I'm a social security here. Don't. See, it's an American. So one changing maybe about social security crana. The fund will be running out. Like I said, I know say your baby be a fan, but you be also the need to be